Hi everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel, Megaprojects that Inspire. We will be posting informational videos about megaprojects that have inspired us and would inspire any of the project manager and practitioner today. For our first video, we will be talking about the Leaning Tower of Pisa. In this video, we will explain how a project was once destined to fail become a success. A little background on the Piazza dei Macaroni in Pisa. It consists of the tower, cathedral, baptistery, and the monumental Compasento. It is the symbol of the profound unity prevailing at those among religious, spiritual, and political powers. The history of art and civil history intertwine in the monuments, enhancing them and giving them an outstanding character as signs and symbols of the city.
The Leaning Tower is the best known and most treasured monument in the world. The construction is in the form of a cylinder surrounded by 6 loggias with columns and vaults emerging from the base of the cylinder and surrounded by a belfry. Pieces of cut stones are used for external surface of the tower. The annulus between the facings is usually filled up with rubble and mortar, within which extensive vaults has been found. A spiral staircase winds up within the annulus till the 6th order, while 2 shorter winding staircases lead to the floor and the top of the belfry. However, the tower is actually founded on weak and highly compressible soil, and records indicate that it started leaning right after its construction. The movement went on over centuries, and at the end of the first millennium, the overhang has reached a worrying value of 4.7 meters and an increasing rate of 1.5 millimeters per year.
Tower's construction started in 1173. By the time work was halted in 1178, the construction was roughly 1/3 of the way up the 4th order. If it had gone on much longer, the foundation would have failed due to an undrained bearing capacity. After a break of almost a century, construction was resumed in 1272, by which time the ground had become more solid through consolidation under the weight of the building. Construction then ceased once more when it reached the 7th order, because it would have collapsed otherwise. Construction started in 1360 and was completed in a decade. The walkway built around the tower's foundation in 1838, also known as the Catino, was to display the column pillars and foundation steps, as they were intended to be seen. However, water began to infiltrate the Catino's bottom well. In 1934 and 1935, the earth around the Catino and the tower foundation were made watertight by injecting cement grout into the masonry of the foundation and chemical grout into the soil.
Let us also look at the history of the tower's inclination that makes it absolutely unique. The tower leaned slightly to the north during the first stage of construction until 1178. When the second stage of construction was halted in 1278, the inclination was roughly 0.6 degrees south, but this rose to 1.6 degrees over the next 90 years. After the bell chamber was finished in 1370, the inclination gradually kept growing over the following 400 years. Digging the Catino in 1838 further compromised the tower's stability and increased the inclination by another half a degree. It was only in 1911 that researchers and engineers started having modern technology to address this challenge. 2 alterations were tried out in the 1930s and the 1970s, but the inclination remained around 5.5 degrees. Finally, in 1992, the engineers achieved success and the tower was straightened to a tilt of about 4 degrees. Today, the tower stands 55 meters tall and it should remain stable for at least another 300 years as a monument to the beauty of imperfection.
Geotechnical engineers had an extremely difficult time stabilizing the Tower of Pisa. The tower's foundation is made of brittle, compressible material, and over time it had leaned inexorably to the point where leaning instability was ready to occur. Any alteration to the ground beneath of foundation south side is extremely risky. The danger associated with using traditional geotechnical operations on the south side, such as underpinning and grouting, were unacceptable. The under-excavation approach offered a gentle way to increase the tower's stability, which is entirely in line with the demands of architectural conservation. This intervention was only carried out when the Commission was satisfied with thorough numerical and physical modeling along with a large-scale experiment. It is thought that geotechnical stabilization has now been achieved. Observation of the monument's behavior over the next few years will confirm this. That's all for this video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. See y'all in another interesting mega project.